Hi there, Indra here again. Welcome to my channel. First of all, Happy New Year to you all. I'm so sorry it took so long to make another video. The last few weeks have been really busy for a couple of reasons that I'm about to share with you. So I hope all your resolutions for this year will come true. I already made my list of resolutions on all the years, and I will of course share them with you on my next vlog. As this vlog is about something entirely different, as you guys could already tell in the title, we have a life update for you guys. We basically left Barcelona for good. More specifically, we left Spain for good. You probably can already tell with the surroundings that you're seeing right now. I know this might come as a shock to some of you, considering we only moved to Barcelona a little over a year ago, but we basically decided that it was time to go for multiple reasons that I'm going to share with you in this vlog. Basically, overall, we just felt like Barcelona wasn't really the place that we saw ourselves living for the rest of our lives, or where we saw ourselves building a family, and we didn't really see ourselves being really happy there. The main reason why we decided to leave Barcelona, and in general Spain as well, my partner and I got kind of sick of city life, and we just kind of started to appreciate the slow life and the countryside life more and more over time. If you're living in a world city such as Barcelona, you just never really have that peace and quiet that I feel like everyone kind of just deserves and needs in their life. We were basically woken up by garbage trucks, motorcycles, cars, drunk people on a daily basis throughout the entire night, and when you open your window during the day, there was just so much noise. There was just never any peace, and we actually realized how much we craved and needed that peace that we many times actually got in the travels that we did, especially in Alicudi and Lipari, as well as the place that we stayed in Mallorca. So we started to get bothered and bothered more by that every time, every day that passed by. It's just so crowded. There's so many people all around the place. It's quite dirty, especially if you're really inside of the city of Barcelona. And you need to know that we were living in a really lovely apartment in one of the best areas that you could live in Barcelona. It's a place where many families live, but even there, like, you just don't get the peace and quiet that you would get in the place that we, for example, moved to. Secondly, the rent was just insane. I already told you this in the apartment tour as well. We were paying 2,100 euros per month, excluding bills. In my opinion, quite crazy for Barcelona, for Spain in general. I know that the rent prices in Barcelona have gone up enormously over time, but I didn't want to spend this much money myself on rent. Thirdly, the weather all year round. I know that you guys are probably going to declare me crazy, because the weather is something that so many people are jealous of. The entire time that I was living in Barcelona, for my studies before as well as now, people were always super jealous. Like, you can go to the beach anytime, it's always sunny, it's always amazing weather. In many people's eyes, this might have been a dream, but for us, it just really wasn't. Especially in summer, for around 3 months, from like June to mid-September, it was just unbearable. It was impossible to sit at home nor go outside for these entire 3 months because of the humidity and the heat that the city had. And the city is so dry, and as a person who cannot handle AC, I tend to get really sick. It got really bad this summer, so we barely stayed home. We just traveled to kind of get away from the city. And also, we were actually quite lucky because we did have AC, but we didn't actually use it. But I know many people who do not have AC in Barcelona, and I cannot imagine how people go through this long term. And in general, it also never rains, so the city is really dry. It's a really big problem. And believe it or not, Gonzalo and I are a really big fan of rain, as it's just really cozy sometimes, and it also makes the city just feel more fresh. As I already said before, we just really started to appreciate being in nature. We really started to appreciate the countryside more, which is something I never imagined myself craving, because I really was a city girl. I really loved living in the city. I mean, I moved to London, it says enough. And since we both work remotely now, we thought it was perfect to actually take that chance and try to find somewhere to live that is more quiet and that is not a city. The last 2 months were a little bit crazy, as we were busy figuring out, okay, we want to move, but where do we want to move, right? And we actually quite quickly came to a conclusion. So we had been talking about seeing ourselves live in Northern Europe for a while now. We just never really took that chance because we kind of both felt like we still needed the city. So we started looking for some little house that we could rent across Northern Europe. So we took into account cost of living, safety, quality of life. We ended up finding so many good options. We had so many calls with so many nice people that we ended up having trouble actually choosing one, as we had so many nice options. Around a week and a half later, we actually ended up signing a contract for a little house that we found in the nature in Sweden. So yes, you heard it right. We moved to Sweden. So we are living a little bit outside of Stockholm in an area that has just so much nature, so much peace, and it's really, really quiet here, especially during winter. We basically packed all of our stuff in Barcelona in the beginning of December. We went on our trip to New York, as you saw. We spent Christmas with my partner's family. We took a return flight to Barcelona on the 25th. We grabbed all of our stuff, we took the car, and we drove in 3 days all the way to Stockholm. We stopped in France, we stopped in Germany, and we stopped in Denmark before arriving to our little house here in Sweden. These were really some crazy intensive days, especially for Gonzalo, as he did all the driving by himself. I think our excitement just kept us going throughout these days, and we didn't really feel tired because we just were so looking forward to being in our new home. I also stayed awake while he was driving because I just always get so stressed while being in the car, and if I don't look on the road, I'm always afraid something's gonna happen if I'm gonna fall asleep, and I could have avoided it. Or so we ended up arriving a few days before New Year's. We unpacked all of our stuff and we bought some stuff for the house. Since it's furnished, we didn't have that much stuff to buy. It has been around 3 weeks now and we have been so happy. We really love it here. The house, the nature, the peace, the people, everything is just so nice. And so of course a house tour will follow really, really soon. As some of you know, I've lived in a couple of places abroad now, and I just kind of felt that it was the time to finally settle in one place. I've been moving around so much, I've been switching apartments so much, switching countries, and I just really, really wanted to find a place where I could see myself grow old and start building my life there. And we basically just thought that this was the perfect place. So we are so excited about this new chapter. Like, I can't put into words how happy and how excited I am. But anyways, I hope you decide to stay by my side and follow my vlogs. From now onwards, there will be no Barcelona diaries anymore, but it will turn into Sweden diaries. And of course, I will continue to vlog all my travels and share this with you guys as well. If you guys have any more questions about why I left Barcelona or why I decided to move to Sweden, please leave some comments down below and I will make sure to answer it in one of the next vlogs. And for now, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys very, very soon. See you guys. Bye.